Offensively, the man from Virginia Union University has to come on. But one guy who may have to average over 40 per game for this team is Michael Jordan. Jordan, the electrifying player. He had a terrific year last year in the playoffs. Remember, Michael Jordan broke the left foot and played very limited last year, only 19 games overall. But he came back for the playoffs, and he was brilliant against Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics, despite the fact that the Chicago Bulls went down to defeat. Earlier today, Greg Gumbel had a chance to talk to the miracle worker of the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan.
Michael, with your enthusiasm, I don't know anybody who is more ready for a new season to begin than you are.
I'm very anxious for the season to begin. You know, last year I got cheated a little bit, and I got a little taste of it at the end of the season. So, you know, I've been waiting through the summer for the season to begin.
Did you play on that foot all summer long?
No, they didn't want me to play at all. They didn't want me to risk re-injuring the foot. So, you know, I agreed with that, and I just stayed away from it. And I started back working out a week before training camp. So, you know, I'm really psyched for the season.
You don't run around with your head in the sand, and you know where everyone is picking the Chicago Bulls this year. What do you have to say about it?
I love it. You know, everyone's picking us to do somewhat bad, and you know, it takes all pressure off this team. You know, and that's what we need for a young team. We don't need pressure. I think all we have to do now is go out and play, and you know, everybody expects us to do bad. But you know, I think we're still a good basketball team, and we can surprise a lot of people.
Given the fact that you aren't overloaded with talent, how do you figure the trade of Juwan Oldham?
Well, Juwan was ready to leave. He and the front office didn't get along well, and you know, sometimes that affects you mentally. So he really couldn't get into the season or get with our team mentally. So I think it helped him out a whole lot.
Okay, how is the addition of Doug Collins? How is he blending in with everybody else?
Well, Doug he's learning just like any other coach in his position. He's really trying to get to know the players very well, trying to get to understand how to coach in certain situations. And, you know, I think the players respect him a whole lot. I respect him. He's a good coach. He's a good technique type of coach. He takes his time and try to explain everything thoroughly to the players. And, you know, I think he's going to be a good coach.
Because he's the youngest coach in the NBA, is there perhaps a tendency on the team to think of him as one of the guys rather than your mentor?
No, I think he has a relationship where that, you know, he's a coach and whatever he says goes, but then again, he understands the way the players feel because he's played in the league, and he can relate to the players very well in that sense.
Okay, you got a lot of newcomers on the Chicago Bulls this year. Has there been a problem with everyone getting to know everybody else during the preseason?
Oh, that's always going to be a problem. You got 7 brand new players on this team now, so it's going to take some time for us to get used to each other. So, you know, hopefully by tonight, we'll be pretty good.
Good seeing you again. Stay healthy this year.
Thank you very much.
Michael Jordan building a legend not only in Chicago but in New York. When he comes to the Garden after the games, the fans are backed up, 300-400 people waiting outside the employee's door just to touch or get a glimpse of the man, Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls, one of the finest players in the National Basketball Association. And I've mentioned a lot of superlatives, but it's difficult to not when you're talking about a player of Michael Jordan's ability.
Number 34, Charles Oakley. At center, number 31, Granville Waiters. And at the guards, number 22, Steve Coulter. And number 23, Michael Jordan. The Bulls trainer is Mark Feil. The assistant coach is Gene Littles and Tex Winters. And their head coach, Doug.
The Bulls 3-5 in the preseason, 30-52. A year ago, and the opening tap goes to Bill Cartwright and Gerald Wilkins on the drive and rejected by Michael Jordan.
Is he up for the game, do you think?
And this is Jordan. Gerald Wilkins on him, and he has his hands full. Jordan can't get the shot away. This is Curitan. And Curitan ties the game at 2 apiece. Curitan, that shot is off and off of Granville Waiters, and the shot by Cartwright is rejected by Michael Jordan, and he has 2 blocked shots right off the bat.
2 more, and he'll lead the league in blocked shots. I mean, he's got 2 now. Just phenomenal, quick leaping ability.
Jordan can do so many things up court.
Like play defense, which is
inside to Bill Cartwright. Cartwright triple team and can't find anyone open and throws it away. Steve Coulter with the steal. This is Jordan. Bounce pass for Oakley. He was their number one.
Big surprise that the Bulls went for him and not Johnny Dawkins.
Tip
Patrick
away.
Ewing on the court for the 7 or so minutes.
Bill Waiters has effectively boxed him away from the basket. Bruce Beck mentioned
That's a bit of a victory. At least you make him earn this.
talked about how active Brad Sellers is. He has 6 rebounds already, John. Said that perhaps he's trying to fire up his team. I think Hubie honestly. Sparrow trying to force it inside to Cartwright, and Jordan with the steal. This is Jordan with a quick step around his man, puts it up and scores.
The one and only.
Rebound, Curitan, who goes up high for it, and this is Jordan. It's the roll.
How do you describe that?
Coulter to Jordan inside, and the whistle blows before the shot.
Never happened.
Michael Jordan is as active without the basketball as he is with it. And Jordan has 14. Working hard
Look at
down
Brown.
low, and Brown
Holy
all over
smokes.
him. Cartwright with the ball, spins around and puts it up. No good. Rebound, Brown.
See if the Knicks keep going to him, though.
Jordan snaps the Nets with point number 15 of the night.
What a tribute to him. Getting his points, and yet he's not hitting. He's also not distorting the offense. Everyone is sharing the ball for the Bulls.
Do what he does best, get creative. That long step, the body control, and he lays it up and in.
Basketball's a team game, but each player has his own moves to make. Sometimes you know you can do it, but sometimes you want somebody else to give it a try. On the court, good moves score points. On the road, a bad move can lose the whole game.
If a driver's been drinking, make your own move. Don't let a drinking driver take you anywhere.
Lead, and Michael Jordan has come to life. He has suddenly found not only that patented drive that he has, but also his outside shot. He's had a turnaround. As you see, Granville Waiters, he said, has been around the league for a few years now and is one of those players who looks older than he is. High off the glass. This one doesn't go. Tapped by Kenny Walker. Jordan with the rebound. Oh, what a baseline move by Michael Jordan.
I mean, you thought he was going underneath, but somehow he pulled back and got that shot off.